It's time for Gardening Inside Out, a live show offering you plant advice for any space in your life. Introducing your perennial hosts, David Bates and Josh Carey.
Hey, welcome in, everybody. It's Saturday morning. It's time for Gardening Inside Out. It is a bit of a tradition on Saturday mornings to have a gardening program coming to you live here from Bates Nursery and Garden Center and the Palatial Green Room Studios here at Bates Nursery
and palatial, indeed, being the operative word. We are, it's perhaps the nicest that any nursery has.
It is the finest studio of any nursery on this planet.
Well,
I'm going to say it.
Thanks, Josh.
Yes.
You can say it, and we won't let that.
I believe it.
We won't let that get confused with whatever the truth might actually be. But
I'll take it.
Never embellish.
I mean, I'm happy with that. But it does. The thing of it is, studios always are very much different in real life than they are on the broadcast end.
Well, we're sitting here in 17,500 square feet. Okay, I mean,
well, if you move the boundaries outside the buildings, it could be that much.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
We have structures here that exceed that quite a lot.
Okay.
So, but this is not one of them. Good morning, everyone, and let's go ahead and discuss what we typically do at the beginning and also the outset of the program is the weather. And today is Saturday, the 26th. Of April.
Wow.
Just about to get past us. And
Christmas is just around the corner.
I'm telling you, it'll be here before you know it.
I understand.
73 degrees, and we're going to have a few clouds this morning. We've got a wire sticking down there.
I see that, David.
Anyway, that's just the thing.
It's a very professional-looking wire.
It is. A reference back to what we were talking about, the palatial quality of the studio, where it could happen anywhere, even in the finest of studios, which of course that's what ours is. And that was one of those wires that got. There you go. I think you got it.
Got it now.
Yeah. So, all right. 73 degrees for the high today. It's going to be clouds this morning, as there are at this moment if you're watching us broadcasting live, and it's going to be sunny in the afternoon, which will be welcome. 52 degrees for the overnight low, where the clouds will move in again tomorrow. But again, 73, 55 tomorrow, so still quite pleasant.
Yep.
We're going to see hot for a day, maybe a couple. On Monday and Tuesday, 89, 69 on Monday. 87, 65 on Tuesday, some afternoon thunderstorms. Always makes you wonder. And for those of you who ever watch Ryan Hall, my newest little weather term is CAPE.
What?
CAPE, C-A-P-E. I think it's convective atmospheric
Projection economy or something?
Anyway, it just means that the atmosphere is right for thunderstorms. It's very intense. And when it feels hot and juiced up, that's an indication of there's a lot of CAPE going on.
We shouldn't wear a cape when it's
hot. A lot
hot.
of joules per kilogram, as they describe it. So anyway, we'll get more into that at some other time. Joules,
Joules.
Joules, that kind of joules, yes. 87, 65 Tuesday, 87, 68 and cloudy on Wednesday, Thursday, PM thunderstorms, and Friday, AM thunderstorms. And so, it's springtime, and we'll make that transition from April into May on Thursday of this coming week. Let's take a little quick look here at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. I think this is something I'm going to consider adding in normally.
Okay.
If you'll look for, and this covers the entire country, so you can kind of look to where your area is. We are here in Middle Tennessee, right about here, and we're going to be slightly above normal for the 6 to 10 day, and that kind of goes from May the 1st out to about the 5th. And if we look back, the precipitation for that same time zone is going to be slightly above for our area also. And then everyone else can look at their area. I looked for, speaking of Ryan Hall, they kind of have this time of year almost every afternoon or evening, tornado or thunderstorms coverage wherever it's happening. It was big time in Texas yesterday. So those of you who may be watching from Texas, you know that well. I mean, up to 4-inch diameter, softball size hail, which is
dangerous.
When it's being projected out of a tornado, that spells trouble.
Just gravity will kill you with that stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
very much so. Looking at the radar here, and you see here's the remnants of that storm I was just talking about out in Texas, and still quite a ways from us, a little bit in the northeast. So really all good here as far as precip goes here in Middle Tennessee. We got just a hint of rain since midnight, 1/100th, 4200 yesterday, 1.51 for the week. Now, that's just for us here. There are areas around Middle Tennessee that have well in excess of 3 inches. Matter of fact, in West Nashville, where I reside, we got a 3-inch rainfall in about an hour and a half earlier in the week. So depending on where the storms are quite isolated, could be very intense one place, and here during that same time we got nothing. So still, we've got over 8.5 inches for the month, which is not a little bit. 27, 26 for the year, which puts us like 3/4 of the way towards our average annual, and we're not to May yet. 65 degrees currently, and so there we are.
There you go.
65 degrees here in the Music City, and that was my long form version of the all the weather stuff. But I think it's pertinent. Gardeners are outdoor kind of people.
Yes, they are.
And there are things that you need to be prepared for to get your things together. Here at Bates Nursery, we try to be prepared for whatever the weather provides. If it's rainfall, we do have much of our area that's connected and covered where you don't have to be out in the weather to shop. So if you're coming for vegetable plants or flowers or that kind of thing, or perennials or shade plants and all that connected between the checkout area, it's all connected. And it is considerably more than that aforementioned 17,000 square feet number you were talking about.
Yes. That's just the studio, though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we can live in that fantasy world if you want to live in it, but
Okay.
so it's all good. You know what?
It's our world. We can live in it.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, Josh.
We can.
Whatever you say, Josh.
But we got to have other people.
We does take other people because you and I ran as a duo for a lot of years, and that worked well for a while. But now our format has changed. We've got all this palatial studio,
Yes.
and we need an abundance of personality to go with it. Caroline Gant, Austin Lowen, welcome in, guys. Always glad to see you and have you a part of our program. Tyler Blankenship.
Yes.
I think we've heard that voice along the way already today. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning.
And Tyler's the one that
morning, all.
gets us on and gets the questions up on the screen.
Takes care of the wires.
Takes care of the wires that could be dangling. But yeah, they're not always apparent in the pre-show
No.
prep. That one was a participle that was dangling.
It was dangling, and it was hiding inside the foliage,
Right.
and it happens.
Yeah. So anyway, all good. Welcome in, guys. What's going on in your world this Saturday morning?
Well,
Oh,
good morning. It's a great morning.
It is.
It's nice.
it's a little chilly outside.
A touch.
Yeah,
Kinda nice.
I put the vest on for just a little while.
Got the sweater.
I don't have a
Josh
jacket.
and I are old guys.
Yeah,
we
I'm
do that.
always cold.
Got your
do.
layers on.
Josh
Yes.
wears thermal underwear until like July. Do you not?
It's been shed already
Has
this
it?
year.
Okay.
yes.
That's
All right.
wild.
That was
Sounds
that-
like this guy,
That's what we
though.
call an inside information. So
You wear like 20 layers over the winter.
I bundle up. You don't get cold out here.
Nope.
You get cold, you're having a bad day. Okay. But anyway, it's not going to be a cold day. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's a little bit cloudy.
Yes.
It's going to be a little bit chill-ish today. We're going to be busy, y'all.
At the
And
very,
we've been.
at the very outset of the day, but yes, it's going to be a busy day.
It's going to be a busy day, and it's been busy for the past few. I mean, really, really busy. If y'all have been out here, y'all have seen it.
And I was talking with Ryan Fisher, who is our lot manager, and where we place things and where we maybe put back stock and that. Ryan is in charge of making all those kinds of decisions, but it's taken us this long into the spring to get to the point where that we are actually
Placing.
fully stocked.
Yes.
And it doesn't, because we have picked over, even though we haven't been. It's just that we can't get it in place fast enough. There's an early spring insanity that just occurs. People are just, they get out of their car screaming with their arms flating over their heads because it's spring, not for any other reason. And
ESI.
that sensation has kind of gotten past now.
Okay.
People are still very excited, which is great, and they're still coming out, which is even better.
Yes.
But it's, that insanity part has, burned off, and people are now into that rhythm of the prime of spring.
I can tell. I can already see all the comments coming up. Everyone listening this morning, everyone's excited to talk about what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
What are we going to talk about?
Plants.
Plants? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Maybe a few other things.
Okay.
All right.
Are we ready?
I want to mention one other thing. The podcast that you guys put together every week, and there's a lot of folks that are very attuned to that. It's a very it's the version of this show that you can listen to while you're driving down the road or doing whatever else you're doing. You don't have to
Anytime you want to.
Yeah, you don't have to visually be able to see it. So when a non-visual version is better, and there are many situations, maybe you're grocery shopping, don't want to
Gardening, you can put us in your
Or you're
ears.
we have a lot of people who listen while they garden.
That happens
or
a lot.
driving
You're at the
to
softball park.
driving to from work. It gives you your choice of programming that's highway suitable,
And it's available at every venue.
Right.
And you got your
and
apples.
it's worth everything you pay for.
It is well worth the
Yeah,
dollars.
it's called free.
Yeah.
Lovingly handcrafted, edited by Caroline.
Yes, I have a good time doing it. And we also, the three of us, while we're here usually on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, do an intro that's about 20 minutes long where we talk about, plants that we're excited about for that week or what we're doing in our garden beds, or, it gets a little random sometimes. But it's
fun.
always lively and fun.
Well, all three of us are off on Mondays. So this time of year, especially Mondays, we're doing some work in our yard typically. So on Tuesdays, when we all get
You're
together in
ready.
here, we're ready to kind of
Yes.
talk about what we've been doing. Maybe it'll overlap with what y'all are doing. And it's a fun time.
It's almost a certainty because you guys are representative of what goes on in the outside world in people's gardens.
Definitely.
Josh and I are representative of the older people.
Yes.
And it takes all of us.
Yeah, it does.
It takes the old seasoned gardeners. They're some of the best ones out there.
Crusty.
Old and seasoned.
Crusty.
I
Y'all are
wouldn't say
great.
crusty.
No.
Leather
Jaded.
skin.
Jaded, maybe.
Jaded.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but we talk a lot. You hear about all the plants that I'm planting, and I just can't stop buying them. I've got a little stash that I'm going to get today. So
And it gives you a version of this program that has much of the same information, but also a lot of new content.
Yep.
yes, we just keep getting so many great plants in. Bridget is a temptress back there for me. She'll call me and be like, "Hey, did you see this plant we got in?" And then I buy it. I don't even question it. I put it in my hand and take it up and get it.
If Bridget says it, it's probably good.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Bridget. We're featuring one of her favorite plants on the show today, which we will talk about later. But let's go ahead and get into
Let's
questions.
do it.
We've
Okay.
got a lot. We're going to start with a follow-up email that we got about a patio peach tree photo that we were sent a couple weeks back.
I remember.
It says, "I wanted to thank you guys for the advice on my patio peach tree. As recommended, I cut off the green shoot at the base. Look at all these little peaches. Apparently they were good enough for pollinators this spring after all." So it's happy. It's doing things.
Is there a picture? Or?
Yeah, I've got
yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Tyler. I
There
didn't
was this
see a photo attached, so I was like, here we go.
Entirely
Just gonna read
separate
this.
email sent with the photo.
There we
There
go.
it is.
That
Tyler,
thing's
you were on it this
Wow.
morning, too.
Loaded.
Well-
Hey, it's been a good peach season. I've got a buddy too. He's got a regular peach tree that is
Holy
just
moly.
filled with peaches. So yeah, good pollinator year.
Do you
Here
recommend
comes-
going in there and thinning those out if where they're touching? Is that not problematic for
that's so
ultimate
pretty.
ripening if they're going to try to get that to where they can select those? Do you not think that's a good idea? Or
Oh,
what
I
you
do.
think?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. With patio peaches, it's not that much of a big deal because the patio peaches don't ever get quite as big, but that one is loaded. I mean,
Yeah.
really loaded.
I mean,
So
where they are touching, you need to remove one.
yeah, because
from in between.
they swell up and they get heavy. Peaches get very heavy and they
Go
can
back
break
to,
limbs.
Go back to the initial picture if you could, Tyler. And that really shows it well. If you can do that, there you go.
Yes.
So you see
Yep.
right there. There's two that are in at the lower part of that picture that are just right up against each other.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get that one in the middle. Just take it out.
Yep.
I know. And then there's one to the right of that you need to take out.
Yeah, take that one too.
Yeah.
Because
And-
they're going to get heavy.
Because you're going to be counting those peaches. No, I'm going to be losing X percent. You're going to lose more than that if you don't take them out.
Exactly. That whole limb might snap. You see all that fruit bundled up at the very tip of the
Yeah.
branch? Yeah, that's going to get very heavy and start to weigh down.
It
And
does.
especially with like more of your real fruiting peaches, you need to do this practice. So
The
you're going to
general
see
rule
breakage.
of thumb is early on, even spacing with your thumb and pinky extended.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives you a good, handy spacer. If you want to adjust it in, you can do that. You know, but you need something to say, okay, at least stick your fist up in there and go, okay, I need some room in between them.
Yeah. But what a good picture.
That's a great picture. That's
Beautiful
gorgeous
plant.
against that white wall too.
It really is.
Wow. Hey, we had a spotting of somebody in the wild
Like a
last
stalker.
Oh,
man.
gosh.
Uh
What's that mean?
oh. Pam.
Pam.
Austin's about to be mad at you. Pam says, Austin, Donna Brooks and I spotted you last night at Riverview Restaurant.
What?
Yeah, 'cause that's stalking, man.
Well, why didn't you say hello, Pam?
Yeah. Well, they've
Pam
got
and Donna.
And Donna.
They probably got photographs with the
Oh my gosh,
telephoto
please
in.
send us photos.
No, don't send
I
photos of
bet
that.
you got photos of that. Please
I was
those.
eating like, oh, man, I was real fat and happy last night, Pam. Why didn't y'all say hello? I was there with my wife and my baby daughter, Penny. My other two were out at a little function they had to watch a movie until 9 o'clock. So we went to Riverview. I can't believe you didn't say hello.
He's
And Pam,
speechless.
what are you doing down in Ashland City on the river?
It's a great restaurant.
Hey, I
People
loved it.
drive from all around. to
I've been
go
going there since I've been a kid. They've been there since like 1956 or something. Something insane.
They've been there for a very long time.
Well,
yeah, I've been going there for a minute.
That's hilarious.
Except I still
Pam,
have some
Donna?
feelings about their salad bar being gone.
Caroline, give it up.
I won't. I will not. Called out
Well,
on the show.
That's hilarious. But hey, I hope y'all enjoyed y'all's dinner, even though y'all didn't say hello.
It's okay. Say hi next time. And if you got photos of Austin eating, send those in. We
Please
can
don't.
get those
Chewing.
up on the show.
Please
Yeah.
don't.
Yes, chewing, putting
With his
like
mouth
a big
open.
bite into his mouth.
Yeah.
And then Sam Boyette asked a question on
Sam.
YouTube. Have you guys done any watering so far this spring with all the rain we've had?
I have.
I have been watering my new plantings when I put them in.
Yes.
But that's about all I've watered.
Sam, no, for me, not really. Y'all know me. I live
will
down
not
in the
water.
hole, kind of. So, like,
Down in the
the
hole.
rain really does it for me. And I've got a very, for the most part, established kind of landscape. I've planted some new stuff, and I certainly water them whenever I plant them, but I haven't had to do much. And I think y'all know as well as I do that when to water is very crucial. When not to water is almost just as crucial.
Yep.
So we've been very wet this year. Look at your plants. If your plants look good, they're probably fine.
Yeah, because if you're in the Middle Tennessee area, chances are you've had at least 8 inches of rain this month,
Yeah.
which is an extraordinary amount of rainfall. And as you've already said, apart from when you initially plant things, and you need to, and that's not so much to supply water as it is to displace the air that
Settle
and get
everything
it
down.
settled in there so that it doesn't need watering so frequently going forward.
I had some of my containers even were holding water,
Yeah.
and
couldn't
just it
perk
looked
it
like a
fast.
swimming. Yeah, it was swimming in them. So
Yeah, there hasn't been much extra water needed.
No.
Not this spring.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And then Helen asks, one thicker woody stem in my phenomenal lavender does not have new growth, while the rest of the plant does. If the stem has died, can I cut the stem back to the base of the plant? Yes, I was out in my garden doing that with my phenomenal lavender about a week ago because some of the stems had died and I was just going back and removing them to open it up for new growth from the base of the plant that's starting to come up. So it will not hurt that plant to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, but it's so much nicer to just clean cut it at the base. Hide your cut. I saw a plant last night that I was mad at. I told my wife as we were driving. It was
that is bad when you've got resentments against.
Really?
well,
He's mad at a lot
Things
of
with
Yeah, I was about
leaves.
to
I
say.
am mad at a lot of it. And this is a purple smoke tree, so y'all know my feelings on this.
Why?
Look, I'm mad at it.
You're
I'm not
insane.
this plant has been there. It's right there in Pleasant View. It's a big old thing. You've seen it. But someone decided to go in and prune it, okay? Which, you kind of have to do that with a purple smoke tree because they grow crazy.
Massive.
So what it is that tons of foliage down here, sticks way up to there, and then more foliage up top, okay?
No.
Bad look. Bad look. Don't do it.
So they didn't just cut it down.
The thing is, they did, David. They cut it down. They cut the sticks down, but they didn't take the sticks past the foliage. They left these ugly sticks cut right above the foliage. And I am mad at that.
You're
who's
livid
gonna
right
Who's
now.
gonna prune that thing and leave it and be like, oh, this
You, in
is
the
great
middle of
work.
the night,
Write
you're
a
gonna
note
go
and
prune
leave
that
it
so
in
you
the
don't have to drive
mailbox.
by it anymore.
I'm just gonna go up and prune it myself.
There you go.
I'm gonna do him a favor up there at the livery stables there in Pleasant View. I know the owner. Should be cool.
I know the tree you're talking about.
Yeah.
I see that a lot. It is huge.
Back in the day, I had a resentment every year on Interstate 440 back when they used to have forsythia and flowering plants.
yes.
And they would go in there and prune it right before they flowered every year. I think you're missing the point.
See, it makes you mad too. You get it.
But what will make sure you have a point to be missed is getting those plants growing well and having them looking their very best. And that success is assured at the ground level when you use Earth Mix garden products. And no matter which product you use, the complete line of Earth Mix products gives you the very best of everything you need, no matter what you're growing. And there is an Earth Mix product for every different application. And you can check out the entire list over at earthmix.net. And that's the website we have up on our big screen there whenever we're over. Don't worry about that now, but you can go check it out, earthmix.net. There it is.
There it is.
You can check that out. You can also check out where Earth Mix is sold. And it's sold really over a large area all around Middle Tennessee, Kentucky. We're either in western North Carolina, northern Alabama, and out in Colorado, and in Idaho. So, we've somehow skipped way over there, coming soon to closer locations. Before you know it, Earth Mix Garden Products, we really reach out there. And once you've used it, chances are you're going to be hooked for life because it gives growing performance that's simply not available in other products. So no matter if you're looking to grow garden plants, what type would you use if you were going to do that, Josh?
Garden.
Very good. And if you were doing, say you were doing landscaping, which product would you use then?
Landscape.
There you go. Now, if you just needed the very best compost you could find, what would that be?
Supernatural.
There you go. So, we try to give one-word names to kind of give you an idea of what it might be.
That's almost two names.
Almost supernatural. Well, yeah, but I crammed it all together, so it's just one word.
Okay.
But anyway, no matter what you're looking for and what you're growing, Caroline's going to recommend Proganics I in the Earth Mix line. Of course, there's no peat in any of the Earth Mix products. Therefore, you get no fungus gnats. It's a more sustainable product. So we invite you to check it out. Any of the many locations around all the areas sold in, you can just go to the Find Earth Mix tab, put in your address, and it'll give you directions turn by turn to the location nearest you, or you can just zoom in for the nearest one. And remember this, success begins at the ground level when you use Earth Mix garden products, and you will see the difference when you use it compared to other things you may have used in the past. It is 100% organic. There's no chemical additives whatsoever. Endo and ecto mycorrhizal fungi with humic acid. Yeah. Only the best.
Good
Earth
stuff.
Mix. So check it out. So thanks for
Wonderful.
giving us a moment to talk about that.
Yep.
Hey, real quick before we get into one of our favorite segments on the show, we did get a comment about smoke tree. I have to get back to it. Where did it go? Amy says, I mowed over one of my smoke trees by accident.
Amy,
That's not the worst.
Look
thing
at how
to
happy he
good
looks.
job.
No, it's already coming back.
Oh, no. Yeah, of course it's coming back. You
They're
can't kill
virtually
that thing.
indestructible.
And
Indestructible.
We've got one in a bed that Renee planted out in front of the house, and she'll cut that one back at least once a year, severely. But that's the deal, and that's the issue you're taking with the way the other one was pruned is you'll commit.
Yeah.
Either leave it the way it is
Yeah.
or cut it back hard.
Uh-huh.
There's no middle ground on that. You really got to commit.
You
to
really don't want them to get too big because they get so crazy.
Well,
I mean,
plus you don't even get to see the flowers on it, the smoke, as it were, unless you cut it back short enough where you can see the tops of it.
Yep.
So it really makes it much better.
Yeah, and Amy cut hers back about 3 inches. So she really
did.
committed.
Just
did.
don't.
she's
just
probably
don't-
growing fescue, so it was 3.5
Yeah,
before.
just, just don't keep mowing over. it.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I know. you do.
Yeah.
All right. Should
It's
we talk
time.
about it?
Did you catch?
should talk
Oh,
about it.
sorry. Ooh, I'm like, let's go more quickly. What's in bloom with Austin?
Good morning. Lots of things are blooming. Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Here we go. State flower still going. Iris. Okay.
Blowing
Dianthus
up.
has a great little ground cover. Caroline, yours is beautiful. You showed me a picture the other day. Hey, the salvias, the sages, those are going off. I had to talk to Bridget this morning to figure out, hey, have y'all seen those little purpley pink things blooming in everybody's lawn right now that hasn't mowed? I
Yes.
thought that was a penstemon. It is not. That's actually Salvia lyrata. Bridget had to help me this morning. She was like, that's what it is. And that's a cool little pretty plant right now. They're everywhere in people's yards. Caroline, you sent a picture of your poppy, and it's the biggest poppy. It's big poppy. Big
It is,
poppy.
it is so good.
Big
It's
poppy.
beautiful. Amsonia, once again, shout out to Bridge. Those are looking great, blooming blue right now. Our Baptisia, y'all. Baptisia can't be better. It just, what a beautiful perennial plant. I've got the yellow one, so do you, and they are
yellow.
showstoppers
There it is,
right now.
Austin.
There you
Look
go.
at that
Caroline's
poppy.
poppy.
There's my poppy.
It's bigger
Y'all.
than your hand.
I was 2 minutes late for work yesterday because I had to get so many pictures of this plant when I walked out of my door. I was waiting for them to bloom, and they finally opened overnight, and I
That
was
2
so
minutes
happy.
before work.
Yes, that may be the biggest poppy bloom I've ever seen. So good work, Caroline. Your Columbine, you told me this morning, still going off.
Still
People love
going
those.
strong.
And then, hey, shout out to everybody, all the moms, all the grandmas, all the daughters of the grandmas. Your peonies are in bloom.
Yes, they
What a
are.
long-lived plant. And, buddy, when they're in bloom, people love them. They
Yeah.
eat them up.
Nothing like it.
Some
Peony season.
some people even call them peonies.
Yes, they do. And you're allowed to do that.
Yes.
You're also allowed to get in there and smell them because they're really, really
Oh,
nice. Look at
look
that.
at
That's
This
an
is from-
Ito.
That is a
Yep.
very distinctive looking.
That's Pam's, ain't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Pam.
Wow.
Oh, you saw me last night. I see you now, girl. That is pretty. Very good work. All right, y'all. On the wood lines, we got blackberries. Hey, blackberries showing up. My kid's about to be picking them. And then don't be confused, but the wild roses right next to the blackberries, they're blooming too. Kind of confusing to see which one is which. Usually the roses have a little bit of blush to them, whereas blackberries are pretty white.
And more thorns.
Definitely more thorns. Hey, roses started. Roses started. Yeah, they both have thorns out there. But roses have thorns as well. And I just said your regular roses, all the beautiful ones, and even ours here at the nursery. Y'all, if you want the best selection of roses to look at, come today.
Oh, yeah.
Come smell them. Come look at them. They're fantastic, and we've got an excellent selection. If I burn them, still going. They've been great this year. Josh, your wisteria is still happening. Caroline, your crossvine still happening, or just happening.
Mine
Tyler,
just
yours
opened.
too.
Oh, yeah.
I saw your crossvine pick. That's great. And then, hey, y'all, clematis. It started. It started. Mine is not popped yet, but it is budded up and about to go. All right,
Mine's
let's
not
talk about a
going to.
couple of invasives. Mexican primrose, dainty little pink flowers that are all over the ground and everywhere and take over everything. Yeah, those
They're
are
so
beautiful,
cute.
but they're,
Yeah,
they're
they're
nasty.
invasive.
And then, hey, talk about the bush honeysuckle, y'all. You don't even notice how many we have and how invasive that plant
Gosh,
is
they're awful.
until it blooms.
Yeah, go back up Whites Creek Pike just a little.
Oh, Josh, go anywhere,
Yes.
buddy.
Yeah.
You'll see them in bloom, and that will let you know the invasive qualities of that plant. Is it pretty? Yeah. Is it nasty? Yes. Okay. But they're blooming. All right.
Yep.
Azaleas, rhodies, still going off. Calicanthus, you said. Your big Florida bush. What do people call that?
What?
What's the common
Sweet
name?
shrub?
Sweet shrub. There it is. Florida sweet shrub, Calicanthus. That's a pretty little plant.
Mine is blooming more than it's ever bloomed. I did send Tyler a picture of that one too. Because
Isn't
y'all
it
need
a
to see
strange
it.
phenomenon? We know all these names botanically.
I know.
But it's the common names we struggle with. And there's a good
Really?
reason for that because everywhere that common name could change, but the botanical name does not change.
Never change. I
So-
know. That's what's in my brain. The common names
Calicanthus.
go away from me. There it is. Hey,
Y'all,
that's
I
pretty.
love this plant. And then the leaves, like, they get huge and they're like dark green.
That plant
It
could be
is.
8 foot tall by the end of the season.
That
it
plant
die back
is
to the
probably
ground?
about 7 foot. No,
No?
it doesn't.
That's a good one. That's a growing
It's
machine.
a growing
Boom, there's
machine.
my crossvine.
Hey, good Lord, Tyler.
My word.
That is full, buddy. Good work.
It is a carpet.
And that is why some people prefer that over clematis.
Yeah, there we go. It is beautiful. I
Or
give you that.
clematis.
It's great.
That's the way you want to say it.
All right, y'all. We got some trees going off. Your American fringe tree, our native. If you don't have one, you need one. Trust me,
They
we
are
have a good amount.
outstanding. And Ben Page, local landscape architect extraordinaire, he's got some in his yard that are, to die for. They are incredible.
Yeah, you talk about another plant you don't notice until they're in bloom. That is that one for sure. I've got one in the yard and it's blooming. I just planted it like a month ago and it's full bloom right now. So fantastic. The other one is the Chinese fringe tree on the corner of my home. That thing is beautiful. I love that plant. Next week I'm giving y'all a picture of that one because it's going to be lovely next week. The locusts are still going and Paulonia is still going. That's another nasty old tree, but boy, it's pretty.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't help myself.
You see it all in the woods.
And then I was going to ask my wife, I was trying to get an opinion on what I should do for the goat this week. And she was like, what about herbs? Herbs are big right now. People love herbs. And you know what? Bates Nursery right now has the best selection of herbs you're going to find. Any herb you could want, from pineapple sage to mint. And mint in every flavor. There's a flavor of every mint.
Pineapple mint.
You name it.
Lemon mint.
The same with
Yes.
basil. And basil was going to be my goat for this week because everybody loves basil.
Basil was going to be
Gotta
his
have
son's name, but he has all daughters.
Yeah. You talk about mint. Basil's the same way. Any
Basil,
flavor,
yeah.
any growth habit, anything you want when it comes to basil. We've got it right now. What a fantastic plant. But it's not in bloom. One that is bloom and has been all the rage this year. Tyler, you're going to back me up on this. The goat
I hope so.
is creeping time.
Yeah.
People, everybody has been wanting that this year. What a great ground cover. What a great spilling plant for your herb. It is blooming right now. Not full show bloom. I'll get you a picture of that next week too. It's just starting to crack. But cute little dainty blooms. The tiniest leaves on the planet. It's spilling over some rocks I've got right now. I saw it this morning and I'm like, man, good job.
And yours is blooming right now?
It's blooming right now. Like I said, it's
not yet.
I don't think mine is either.
it just started though. Just started. So tiny little pinky purple blooms. It stayed evergreen, y'all. It stayed like almost burgundy over the wintertime. Never actually went dormant. And it is a growing machine right now. But it's like tidy grower. That's so tight the way it grows that it just
Easy to
fills a
trim.
space. What a great ground cover herb. And you can use it as an herb. There you go. The creeping thyme. Y'all come get you some.
We made focaccia with the creeping thyme.
Yeah.
See?
Ooh,
See?
Josh, that sounds
So
good.
much you can do with
You
it.
should make that again and bring it in for the...
It's a little salty
group.
this time, but we'll get you some.
That's okay.
That's
I'd be fine with
That's
that.
okay. You know what else the creeping thyme does while I'm on it? Is it chokes out almost every single weed. I never have to weed that area of my bed.
Really?
And that's great.
That's
Yeah.
how my dianthus is.
Diet the same way, yeah.
Lizomachia does a
Lismachia is the same way. Y'all get filling
yeah,
in
that
with
one.
those low creeping ground covers that are very, very dense that you can even step on. You can step on thyme and it doesn't hurt it in any way,
And-
but it also doesn't allow weeds. Let your other plants help you with your weeds, okay?
And a stitching time saves 9.
See?
But it's a different time, I think.
Yes, I think so. I'm with Jane. Sage. Mine
She
popped
likes the
this
sage.
morning.
Oh, my sage is blooming right now.
Mine was gorgeous.
Well, yeah, that's
Gorgeous
salvia.
purple
I mean, I
blooms,
mentioned
yeah.
the salvia, and that's all the sages. Those are in bloom. Yeah, mine at the house is too. I got a pink one. It's blooming right now.
There's a pink.
I love it. Oh.
There you go. That's
There's
what's
so
blooming,
many-
y'all.
so many
There's
pretty
probably
things.
more.
Thank you, Austin.
You're welcome.
There is a lot. This time of year, stuff is blooming. Y'all, the live questions are flying in. So
Bring 'em
let's
on.
Got
get
a
on
great
back.
one, yeah.
We've got one from Kim that says, is it best to rake up old mulch or just add new mulch on top? I'm an add new mulch on top
Me
kind of
too.
gal.
I think, David, you're kind of
So-
that way too.
So long as you don't overmulch at any point.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that is frequently, if you ever drive down particularly through commercial properties, you see it frequently occur where they mound up
The
it's like
volcanoes?
these little tree volcanoes.
Yeah.
That's very bad.
Ooh, bad.
It'll kill the tree over a few years when you have really wet weather like we're currently having. So don't ever do that. But yeah, you can just freshen it up with a little bit. There's no need to take that off. It actually is helping to build up your soil because as it breaks down, people say, well, it goes away. It's not going away. It's actually going into your soil. I have seen terrible, horrendous soil that will hardly grow anything turn into friable, loamy soil simply by remulching successive years. So it's a great practice. But if you're going to do that, say if you're going to use a hardwood type of mulch, you don't want to put a weed barrier fabric underneath unless it's something that biodegrades also, like
Cardboard.
cardboard or newspaper.
Yeah.
Newspaper?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's already been read.
And then Dina asks, when should I start to see new growth for my banana trees? I haven't seen any green poking out yet. Did I kill them? We let them be until we got really cold weather in January, then cut them back after they looked really bad.
I'd say they're dead.
I would think so. Tyler's are up.
Yeah, mine are up, but I tell you, Dina, and I'm going to switch to the Tyler cam.
Yes.
Boom.
Go do it.
So my main stems are all dead. So
Same thing happened.
if your banana plant got established enough, it should have a pup shoot coming out, should be up already. So if you're not seeing that, it's likely dead.
Yeah,
and I have
if
another
16,
friend
And if
who
it's not a Fargesia cultivar,
that's also true. Yeah.
you got to have the right banana cultivar.
That's
for
right. It needs to be
winter
hardy.
And they're mainly what's referred to as a fiber banana. They're not really going to be fruit producers or very much, but it's a very fibrous leaves and stems and
Musa
and-
Bajju.
and they are herbaceous in nature. You know, they're going to be multi-stemmed, not really tall growing bananas typically.
I've got
12, 14 feet.
I've got
Yeah, but-
15, 16 pups, but I lost the main ones this year too. So, but they're 16 inches tall already.
Yeah. But that's very, very typical to lose like your main kind of area and then you see side shoots from pups. My mom got the shout out, Mama. How you doing? Around her pool, hers are coming up just fine, but they're definitely poking. So if you haven't seen it yet,
Yeah.
Sorry.
I should have mulched. I didn't. I let it ride.
And they were fine.
It was fine.
They were fine. How long have you had yours in the ground? Like
A decade.
A decade?
Yeah. Maybe more.
I bet you they come back out.
It took me a month to divide them last year.
I remember that. You were working hard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a question from Kim.
Kim.
Now that my dogwood has finished blooming, is it okay to cut off a dead branch?
definitely.
Yeah, you can even do that before.
Well, the blooms are on there,
If it's
man.
dead,
exactly.
and Colin emailed. He and I had an email exchange yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
All right.
Call.
And
Hey, Colin.
he's got a autumn sunset or an autumn blaze rather maple in his yard that has half of it just mysteriously died. We couldn't come up with any specific reason, but half of it is growing really well. So I said, just cut all that out and let that new part grow back. And as aggressively as those particular trees grow, within a couple of months, you won't even know it.
Yep.
But that is something you see from time to time. Don't ever hesitate to remove dead branches. You just want to know they're dead, and obviously by this point, it's pretty clear.
Yep.
I got one. Kwanzaa. Just didn't come back to life.
Oh.
Whoa.
Just didn't wake up.
Josh.
How long have you had that one?
Oh,
Year.
Yeah.
Just a year.
Oh.
Yeah. But just boom. I mean, it's still
well,
nothing.
it
Yeah.
could be an ambrosia beetle thing. It could be very common.
Could have been August.
Could have been.
Could have been.
Could have
Yeah.
been August.
It happens to the best
really
of us.
dry and-
Sometimes things just don't wake up.
It happens.
As the Three Stooges would say, wake up and go back to sleep.
And Linda's got a question.
Linda.
I rescued 8 iris rhizomes that were dug up and tossed in rubble being hauled off. One had flowered and it was a beautiful light violet color. They are in water at the moment. Can I plant them now or do I need to let them dry out and plant them in August?
I'm putting it in the ground
I'm
today.
putting that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
would
don't
plant
see
it
any
now.
reason to wait. No. Sounds like you did a great job. You rescued them.
You did, Linda.
Now it's time to get them in their home.
Yep.
Yep.
Get
It's
them in
time.
their home. Get
Do
them
it.
all tucked in. And then Kay says, will Rose of Sharon plants cross-pollinate and result in new colors of flowers?
The only way that happens is if they transfer pollen and then those, from the two plants, and then those two plants produce seed for you, and then you
those
collect
germinate.
those
Yes,
seed.
yeah.
And then plant them the next year, then you might see a difference of color. But you're not ever going to, whatever you buy or whatever you get is going to be true to type from now until forever. It's got to get two different plants together that will cross-pollinate with each other. Seed and then new plant. That's how that works.
Quick little science lesson for us.
Yep.
So you can collect those seeds, though. So, I mean, that would be an interesting little,
Oh, it'd be super fun to do that. You could even get a little paintbrush
Q-tips and-
Q-tip, paintbrush, go out and transfer pollen from two different flowers, and then
we're all hybrids.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything, everybody you've ever known is a hybrid.
I'm a mutt.
But that's a
Yes.
very good hybrid.
that is a hybrid. Yes.
You're probably more resistant. That's why you're.
I'm resistant to everything, David.
Yeah. Even criticism.
True.
That's what to say.
He's very resistant. Okay, hey, while we got just a little pause here, I've got this queued up, ready to go. You can plant with confidence when you come to Bates Nursery and Garden Center. Our spring inventory is indeed here, and you need to come see us.
Absolutely.
Read all about it on my blog. You can map it. You can print out a map of the nursery and bring with you. Or we've probably got some in a box up here. My grandmother right there, Bessie Bates, started our little endeavor here 93 years ago. And this is the 50th year that the garden center has been in operation. So Austin has been heavily involved in this. Everybody to some degree, but Austin and I both have been heavily involved in the renovation of the facilities, particularly the last 3 years. All the structures, parking, redoing the pavement. It's a target-rich environment. At least it was. We've pretty much gotten the biggest part of those projects done. And when you put fresh pavement with new carts, it really makes for a pretty sweet shopping experience. So we invite you to come out and see us. And if it's raining, look right there. You can tell if you see our website. We've got half of our facility covered, connected, and where you're out of the weather. So if you're worried about rain, don't worry about it. You can come get tomato plants, go all the way back up to the checkout, and never be out in the rain. It's all good. And you'll see a whole lot of things in between.
You got to go through the indoor section on the way, though.
Well, you will, because unless you come on the outside checkouts. But likely you're going to go through that area, either going out or coming back in, and that's where you may find Caroline. There's a really good chance. She spends a lot of time there. You might even see my daughter Sarah.
That's right.
Sarah's there quite a lot. So
that's got some really cool stuff inside there too. And I mean, it is just amazing.
And there's a lot of it. Particularly, I love our selection of cacti and succulents. They are pretty outstanding. So if you're into that kind of thing, or anything plant wise for that matter, come on out and see us. We're conveniently located 1 mile north of Briley Parkway at exit 19 on Whites Creek Pike. And Josh, it's a disputed measurement, but depending on which exit of Briley Parkway you get off of, it's 1 mile.
Yes, from your side of town.
My side of town. From your side of town, it's 9/10.
That's
But that's
true.
because anyway.
You got a little bit longer. You got to go under the bridge.
So yes. 1 mile on the left, and you can't miss us, particularly if you come out today, because there'll be a lot of other cars. Chances are, we certainly hope so.
Absolutely.
We got 166 parking spots up front, and at least 40, 50 more in the back. So, and plenty of shopping carts for all of your and things to desire that you may want to take home with you. So come see us. And the thing that we really are most proud of, that we really work the most diligently at, is information. And we have an exchange of information that goes on between all of our professionals here at Bates Nursery that you will not find anywhere else. So come see us. And by the way, I've got a weekly blog I put out, and if you go to the website, and on the far left up there it says blog, you click on that. And this week I talked about the last of April, which is this week right now.
Yes, it is.
Wednesday will be the end of April, and so this last week of April is what I wrote about. A lot of stuff going on. The photograph there shows one little corner of our extensive annual house facility. So in no way does it justice, because it's just one little corner. So you got to come out and see it to appreciate Emily is doing a great job down in the annuals, and they've really gotten everything in place. We've got the aisles cleared where you can get up and down. So come see us, Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932. Bates Nursery and Garden Center.
Come say hi. See everything.
Yes,
definitely.
All the stuff we've got, including
What's in room with Caroline?
He was on top of
He
it.
was on top of it. That was perfect. Let's start with what's in front of us. So on the ends, if you've been watching the show and wondering what that blue flower is, that's blue enchantress hydrangea. Wow. Zoom in on that, Tyler. And then next to it, the pink one, that's going to be Spitfire hydrangea. So we've got our blue, we've got our pink right next to one another. And then it has been deciduous azalea season, really just azalea season across the board. They have been blooming like crazy all across town. So this one that we have in the middle is going to be Rosy Lights. Deciduous azalea.
Gorgeous
It's a pink
coral.
one.
Yeah,
I've got
coral
orange.
color.
I do not have pink. This is.
Did you know all azaleas are rhododendron?
I did know
but
that.
not all rhododendron are azaleas. So,
It's like the cactus and succulent thing.
It is kind of
Same
it makes
thing.
you go, So come ask us
about
if
it
you don't
for a
understand
second.
that one.
Gorgeous color.
But that one, yeah, one day I'll get a pink one
There it
because
is.
that is stunning. And if you're
Wow.
wondering what those little pink flowers behind that is, that's going to be Super Bell's Magic Pink Lemonade. Look at those.
Love it.
There's a lot of colors in this one plant.
They really
you
are.
can't quite see it as much on the camera,
yellow
on the
throat,
monitors.
little brown in the inside. pink
There's
on
like
the-
a little bit of purpley blue color, yellow, some oranges. I mean, that's all one plant right there.
Beautiful.
So I bet you saw that when I put it on the cart.
Love it.
I saw your eyes light up. You
What
were
a
like,
container
wow.
plant.
Yep.
And then behind it is going to be some yarrow. We got Desert Eve Terracotta yarrow. It looks a lot like my paprika, and Tyler's got that one as well, but this one's going to be a little bit more orange yellow. It's really cool. Looks like a lower growing one that's just going to choke out weeds like we all like to have happen.
Looks like a yarrow to me.
It is.
Nice.
Good one. And then we, of course, had to bring in lantana because we are full of lantana right now. I love this annual. I actually am going to plant some Miss Huff again this year.
Tyler,
I'm sorry. I was
There it
like,
is.
I had to look up in person.
There's so many colors. So we've got Bloomify Mango Lantana right here. So this is
Say
an
that again,
orangey
please.
Bloomify Mango Lantana. An orange yellow. We've got pinks and yellows, pinks and
Marketing
orange,
department
all these
sat
different
up all
colors.
night on that one.
They
Bloomify
did.
Mango.
Y'all, there's so many different names, different types of lantana out there, just different colors that are. I love this plant. It is, if you've got a spot that's full all day sun, you're bad at watering. I mean, this is a great annual to plant that's just going to continuously bloom. Great for the pollinators. They love it. It
Flutterby's
is.
love that.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Oh,
they've
yeah.
got a fluorescent Hassenpfeffer cultivar coming out.
What?
I don't know. Maybe talk with them, David, and see if we can get a new
that,
one.
That would be I think a rabbit that glows in the dark, if I understand what the nomenclature means. But I don't
Very
anticipate that.
That sounds fun, though.
It's just a random thought.
I love a good random thought. And then we'll go behind me and David. What we've got in the corners. This is one of Austin's favorite plants in his garden. We've
love
got the
it.
Ryusin Japanese maple. Look at this. It's weeping.
It's so good.
Can you see how big it is? Bringing these into the studio yesterday was quite challenging.
It was awful.
We
But
all
we
were
had
challenged.
to do
actually
it for
had
you guys to
I had
see.
to get the mud off of my windscreen because it brushed it
Yeah.
on the way up. So, that's all good, though. It means that it's worth the effort to get it in here.
And
And they're
it's going
not,
to be just as hard to get it
and
out.
if they weep, and you will weep because they're so beautiful.
They're so beautiful. Austin talks about his all the time, as he should.
With tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
Little glistening.
I weep with it.
teardrop falling.
Let's look. Are there any
That's
there
it's
right
at
now?
least a mailbox.
Zoom in.
Stop, Tyler. God. Get out of here, man.
I hope that's how close Pam got if she got a photo of Austin eating at Riverview last night.
Pam.
And then we had to bring in an annual back here. We've got Bougainvillea or Bougainvillea, however you'd like to say it. This is the variegated leaf with the pink bloom. Look at that, y'all.
Great.
Wow.
Stunning.
Great
Absolutely.
contrast.
Whenever I would go visit my brother when he lived in Texas, they would have it planted everywhere in Brownsville, Texas, and it was the best, just growing like a weed.
Yep.
And then we've got equisetum under the TV that you cannot really see. Horsetail reed. Let me pick some up and bring it.
It's heavy. Watch back.
Oh my gosh, just kidding. It's not that bad. Look at that.
Great
Funky.
marginal plant, if not right off in the water.
It's going to eat all of your space if
Yep.
you plant this in the ground.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Put it in planters, though, because they're
It's
beautiful
great
in
in
planters.
planters. I see it outside of restaurants around Nashville.
Great.
Good
great
modern
use
look.
of it, yep.
Yeah. It's a really cool plant. I want to plant it so badly, but I have made the mistake of planting quite a few things that have taken over that I will never get rid of. So
The great
I
thing
have
about
not
it,
done
you
this.
can plant it in a container that has no drainage holes in it at all. That will prevent it from shooting out. And then you can plant that container either in a larger container where that you prevent it from being able to jump. It's a lot to go through.
Create a lot of barriers.
But that's what you have to do
Yep.
because it can be really invasive if you fail to do that. But if you do it right,
It's beautiful.
it's awesome.
Great container plant if you can keep it under control.
I just realized we're coming live to you from the Ean room. Look at the. Look at the
Oh.
now,
We got a droopy lamp.
Wow.
We'll fix that.
Cords and
A lot of
lights.
ceiling
live-
isnis
All
this
right.
morning.
Live
It's time,
okay.
it's time for the annual review, too, David. So put this
live
up.
from the Ean room.
From
Hopefully
the
we can make
room.
it to the hot plate.
Let's make it to the hot plate now. We've talked about it a little bit. Like I said, one of Bridget's favorite perennials that we have back in her area. We've got blue ice Amsonia.
That bloom.
Wow. It
Beautiful.
is blooming right now. I have this one. It is up. Those blooms are happening, but then the leaves are going to keep glowing. They are glowing and they're growing. After the plant has bloomed out, it becomes a little shrub, and then the fall color on these plants, y'all, is stunning. It's like oranges, yellows, a little bit of red color. We brought it in a couple times last year in the fall because it creates this like warm colored rainbow, and it's incredible. If
Yeah,
you
we-
do not have this,
Sweet.
come get it.
We do have flowering things that are glowing, or at least we have had the glow in the dark
We still have them.
Yes.
Petunias, yes.
petunias. Now they are an unusual thing, but they do glow.
They do glow. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you haven't heard about that, glow in the dark petunias are a thing. We have them here at the nursery.
Live from the
They are
Reen
tucked
room.
away though, live from the Reen room.
We
Oh
got-
yeah, we got the R back.
We got one letter. The Reen room.
Thank you, Tyler.
Those lamps move on their own.
Yeah.
They do. They have a
They're
mind of their own.
motorized.
But thank you for coming on this tour with us this morning.
Beautiful set today.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Very beautiful. We have anything we can choose from. It's really easy for us this time of year.
Yeah.
We get to pick.
It's kind of hard to do this time of year because
right.
you want to take so many things in
It
here.
would be nice if we had, the ability to have this great a selection at other times of the year. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah.
It's the nature of the way things flower. They tend to flower in the spring. A whole lot of them do. So
it
come
wouldn't
on
really
out.
make sense.
come on out and see them, and
Yes.
then take some home with you.
Mhm. Or just come take a walk, y'all. You don't
Yeah.
have to buy anything.
No,
you
you
can
do
just
not
come
have
enjoy
to.
our company and
Yeah,
all
right,
of these
Caroline.
plants.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, there's no actual way I think most people could come out here. A lot of people call this adult Disneyland. I've seen in
Yeah.
stories they've been sharing out here just when they come out. Oh, Tyler is getting to, oh,
He's done messed up.
There you go, Tyler. You're doing great, man.
he did it. But
Bravo.
yeah, adult Disneyland I feel like is one of the best descriptions of Bates
The
that I've
Magic
ever
Kingdom,
heard.
as
The
it were.
Magic Kingdom.
Funny you
It's
say that.
the Universal Studios
There
is
you
what
go.
it is.
Oh.
Yes.
There was a couple
Look
guests
at that.
yesterday that came in. They
Live
came
from
in.
the green room.
Hey, there it
we
is.
are.
What a wire.
A couple guests came in yesterday in their pickup truck and they said, "I'm just here for dirt." I was like, okay. So they went back and they got their dirt scooped, and then I saw them walking through your
Yeah.
world in the house. I was like, you just needed some dirt, huh?
I just need some dirt.
and
That's
they're
it.
like, well, we had to come in and look. I'm like, yeah, I know. I
Uh-huh.
know.
What they
It's
take
hard to
out
go
with it.
anywhere and not leave with
They
plants.
took something.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, plants are the best. But
Well,
y'all,
and the thing that separates what we do from others is this is all we do.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't do plumbing or
Filters?
Lumber.
Air filters?
air filters. No, we don't have
No shingles.
No, we
Oh,
have
okay.
no shingles whatsoever. Except on the roof of our own building.
But Austin, I got to take him to task. They didn't come in here to get dirt. What did they come in here to get?
They came to get soil,
Earth mix.
earth mix
Earth
soil.
Mixed soil.
Yeah, they got a scoop of garden in the bed of that truck.
Yeah,
and then they came
buddy.
in.
And it is worth taking a moment to say that the big improvement that we have made quality wise on Earth Mix Garden and other products, since we have this new machine that processes it, it's just like the bag material now. So it's really nice. There's no clods. So if you have not bought it in the past, or if you have, you'll notice a decided difference in the quality of it. It's very
Absolutely.
much more consistent and fluffy.
Oh yeah, it's
I
great.
think Darren is asking a question about the bougainvillea. Is that correct? It's not
Yeah.
a perennial here.
It's not a perennial
No,
here.
not here.
It will go quickly.
You would
We
have
are-
to be a zone 8B, I think.
Yeah. Miriam is saying
Miriam.
Brownsville, Texas is her
Dude.
native hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
She knows it well.
You got to see so many tropical
San
plants.
Diego.
And then
great.
she's also saying Lantana makes a good Barbie doll wedding bouquet. I absolutely love that.
What a great idea. I'm going to grow some lantana just for my kids so they can do that with their Barbie dolls. That's a good idea. Good job, Miriam.
Good job, Miriam. And
Thank you.
Renee is saying, thinking about this cold snap, it must be a locust winter or the version of a locust winter that we're getting in this warmer year. So it is warmer.
Renee
A lot of
Bates,
stuff
huh?
is doing
She has the
really
same
well.
last name that
Who
I
is
have.
that? Who would that be?
Shout out, Renee. How are you?
Good morning, Renee.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Jennifer is asking, what's the best way to split banana plants?
With peanut butter and ice cream. I
A
think.
sharp shovel.
A little hot fudge sauce.
Tyler can talk all about
Yeah,
that.
you can. Hold on, I'm switching my camera.
There
You
he
can you
is.
can crack them like a coconut, except they're softer. But it just sounds really weird when you dig in with the shovel. But so
We're hearing protection to avoid the weirdness of the sound.
I mean, if you get the ick by like crackly, crunchy sounds, like it would make a great Foley sound effect for like a sci-fi or horror movie.
Ooh.
It's really weird.
Little shop of horrors too.
Yeah,
maybe.
you have to step on that shovel and you can crack it and then remove a good portion of it because it's just a huge mass.
Yeah.
You can with the pups, if you're trying to transplant those, you can take your shovel to the side of the stump because the pup is going to come out perpendicular to that and slice down in there. And then when you dig it up, make sure that it has a couple little root nodes coming from it. And that is going to be your key to success for successfully repotting them.
Yeah, you're almost
Get
certainly
them right back into the ground.
You're
too,
almost
or
certainly
get 'em
going
in the
to sacrifice some pieces and parts along the way. And don't worry about that.
Nope.
They're quite aggressive, so you'll.
Nope. The more you can remove, the better.
Yep.
They get crazy. All right, Tyler, are we ready for a few photos?
Yeah. What are we?
Let's just
What are we
put up
doing
some
this time?
Itos. We got Donna, Pam, and Joyce all sending Ito peonies because it is that time.
Maybe do one more question before we
Let's
get into
do
that.
one more question. All right, clematis has already outgrown its trellis. Is it too late to train it on a new one this year? Good for you. My clematis is dead again.
Great, Caroline.
Put another one right behind it.
But no, it's not too late to
Yeah.
trellis more. I mean,
Yeah.
it's outgrown it. Needs to get on something. I mean, a lot of times what happens with mine particularly too is that it gets up above where it needs to be and then gravity takes it back down.
Right.
And then
sound
it'll
good.
go back up again. So if you want to like fold it, try to gently kind of fold it down a little, then it'll probably go back up if you don't have a tall enough trellis.
But you
But
can
yeah,
go ahead
it's
and
not
do
too
it.
late.
Speaking of photos and clematis, I saw Jude in here yesterday. Shout out to Jude. She comes in here. I hadn't seen her here yet this season, so it was
her-
the first time.
Her staghorn fern looks.
We
sad.
talked about her staghorn, but she was telling me that she has a white azalea in full bloom that one of her clematis vines has grown into.
Yeah.
So now she has these huge purple clematis blooms within that. I told her to send a photo.
Well, she did to me, but I got caught up doing other
well,
things.
we can show it next week.
Yeah. So, but we won't show the staghorn unless you just need to show.
I told her to send it to me just to take a look at it.
I'll forward that to you. So you
Perfect.
get that.
But yeah, that sounds amazing. There
yeah.
are the peonies or peonies.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, we
That
got
is
Pam,
gorgeous.
Donna, and Joyce.
Pam,
Three of our
Donna,
faves.
and Joyce.
Eliza sent one too, but she sent it to me. So I mean,
Yeah.
I got your download, Josh.
Okay.
I'm going to
it's
try and
the
get it up
same
there.
variety. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
These are
awesome.
so good.
First
Yeah.
year.
My Bartzella is about to be covered. It is not open yet, but it has more buds than it's ever had. And then Risha and Ed sent in some photos of their backyard springtime blooming.
Raish.
Yeah, I'll get that in just a moment. Maybe another question.
Okay. And then Miriam says, my
Miriam.
carefree wonder roses have bloomed out and the rain beat them up. Should I prune hard? Carefree wonder, we talk about it. I sent Tyler some photos of mine. That rose is so good.
It
Mine's
is so
blooming
good.
right
Yeah.
now.
And yeah, one big problem with roses when they're in full bloom, if we get a beat down rain, it's going to beat down those flowers. So yeah, I'm sorry, Miriam. I'm glad you got to enjoy it for a minute anyway. But if they are beat badly, then the quicker you cut now, the quicker you're going to get a reflush. So I'd say go ahead and clean it up. Yeah.
Do
you
it,
got
Miriam.
to.
Clean
Yeah.
it on up.
Clean it up.
Tyler, are we ready?
One more question.
One more question.
Let's do it.
Last year, my honeysuckle got some sort of blight. How do I avoid it this year?
Some sort of blight. I'd have to say, I don't know what kind of blight you would potentially be talking. I mean, is it growing back? Is it dead? Or, I don't know. I need to see pictures of this to
Powdery
actually.
mildew?
Powdery mildew is
Powdery
very
mildew,
common
it
for
sounds like.
honeysuckle. I don't know of a blight necessarily.
Well, that's probably what is
They-
being described
Maybe.
as a blight.
Yeah.
is
Blight's a
powdery
pretty
mildew.
general word.
Well, you can take a photo and send it to gardeninginsideout@gmail.com. And then Gina is asking, love lantana. Is there a perennial lantana? Miss Huff is marginally perennial here is what we kind of call it. But mine, I've had it before and it comes back year to year. That's the one I talked about that I got that I'm going to plant.
I've seen Miss Huff come back pretty
Yes.
consistently.
And it becomes a shrub.
Just get it
A
in your hot
beautiful
spot.
Shrub.
Yeah, get it in that full sun hot spot, maybe even on a brick wall.
Yep.
And you'll have best success of it coming back every year. But yeah, it
Doesn't-
certainly can.
Doesn't mind dryness.
Not at all.
Cannot get too hot.
It's
Yep.
such a good plant. It
right.
reminds me of the beach. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
It's happening. There we go. Risha and Ed's springtime garden beds. Look how clean that is.
I'm
Beautiful.
liking that.
Uh-huh.
They're
That
both
is
retired.
stunning.
They got nothing else to do.
I see your dianthus. I see what's that catmint down there, I bet, as your border. Look at you using the border plants to help with your
Lavender in the
weeds.
back.
Yeah.
That's great. And hey, the old bird bath, got to have something in there. It's just adding to it, a different element of the bed. Good work, y'all.
And the wrought iron or the steel or sunflower back there. It's a little ornament.
Oh, wow,
see
David.
I missed
Look
it.
all the
Oh,
way
there
to the
it
back.
is.
We all missed it. I was looking. I was like, the fence? What are you
Yeah,
talking
guys.
about?
Yeah.
I see it. And then salvia right there in the foreground, choking out weeds too. Good work, y'all.
I wonder what the HOA says about that sunflower.
I bet they love it. Hey, Austin's going to love this question. Recommendations for full sun perennials or annuals with low boxwood hedge and white sun patience.
Love that.
I know.
Boxwood hedge with white sun
That's
patience.
a Kev
Let's hear it.
planting if I've
That
ever heard
is
one.
money. But you know what I talked about? The goat earlier. How about some creeping thyme out in
There
front of
you
that,
go.
y'all?
Oh, that would be good.
That would be money. Tiny little leaves. It's cottagey. It's cute. Come get them.
Yep.
Creeping thyme, y'all. Do
Creeping time. Speaking of time,
it. We're out of it.
I think
Is
we're
it,
out
is
of
it
time.
already happening?
It's creeped past the hour.
Oh, yeah, it has.
I tell you.
Well, there we go.
Cue
He
the
was so
music.
busy getting those photographs up.
Wow.
He
I know.
It
Yeah.
was.
He
Lost track.
completely. It just goes fast every week, and we're really glad you all tuned in today or
Yep.
whenever it was.
Or whenever it will be.
That's right.
Because
'cause
you-
we
don't
can
forget
do
the
it into the
podcast.
future.
Yeah, don't forget
When
about
will then be now? Soon.
that soon.
The way it is.
Hey, before we go, we got to say happy birthday to Peppermint Patty, who made an appearance here in the Green Room
Oh.
Studios. Everyone.
Happy birthday.
She's 7 years old today,
Hey.
or this week anyway. So
Nice.
she was
Patty
not-
the pup.
She tried to destroy the cameras that day.
She was
having-
pretty
Rambunctious.
effective. Yep.
She was
As I
fun.
recall, yes.
She was fun. She likes concrete trucks and stuff like that. So
Yep.
It's all good.
She gets
Hey,
to see a lot
folks.
of them.
Gardening Inside Out's going to come back next Saturday morning. We're going to
Yep.
come to you from the Green Room Studio or the Ean Room Studio.
Yeah.
Whatever it was going to be. But hey, thanks for joining us. Like, share, tell the whole world about us. We'll see you next Saturday morning right here from Bates Nursery and Garden Center.